Alright, welcome back everyone. This is Prophet of the Constitution, continuing our Subsidy Troops playthrough. Act 2, Day 22. We just got a new artillery unit joining the fray. And we have an enemy army to face, a tough enemy field army. Let's do this. Alright. 2 hussars and a dragoon. We have Swiss Fusiliers. Wow, 3 Swiss Fusiliers. Makes a total of 7 enemy Fusiliers, 3 artillery, 3 of them are field artillery, 2 Swiss Grenadiers. This could be a very tough fight. Let's see what we can do here. Get right into battle. Alright, having 3 artillery of our own is definitely going to be helpful. Hopefully, their artillery will not kill too many men. Gotta really watch those Swiss units. They're fairly good at fire, and those Swiss Grenadiers can be very dangerous. Try to use the terrain to our advantage, as always. See what we got. Alright. Township with woods. Over here, some woods over here. Little hill. Alright, let's see. I think the play is to draw them down here. More into the open. So you got these woods here. We do have a hill here as well. Of course, we could try to use this hill and these woods here. We'd have to really advance quickly. Let's get all of our troops here with their bayonets down so they can prepare to open fire on the enemy. Alright. Put these section here. Put this section here. Do these 2 here. Let's check which flank their grenadiers are on. Excuse me. Swiss Grenadiers are on this flank. We're going to want our Grenadiers on that flank as well. Alright. Cavalry are going to be on this flank. Set up our general. And only problem is if we rush for that objective or that spot there for a defensive position, our guns won't get a hill. It's not likely we'll get them up there in time for the battle. Maybe we stay down here. Draw the enemy to us. Yeah, I think so. I'm going to go ahead and set up our guns here. Fantastic. Unlimber from the get-go. Alright. Let's do this. Yes, those are Grenadiers. Fantastic. Excuse me. Alright. Gonna go ahead and move the Hanoverian troops to this western section right here. Recruits are going to be near the center. These troops are going to be up over here. These are going to be near the center. Grenadiers are going to be holding the line back here. Fantastic. Alright, let's get this show on the road, shall we? Enemy is forming up in line. They're going to prepare to attack us. We want to try to get them outside of any form of cover. Not too hip on them having loads of cover. Not too excited about that prospect at all. Grenadiers. Going to use this wood line also. Move the Grenadiers back. Artillery is opening fire, mostly on their batteries. Better move our men back here. Our men are still in column. The artillery is going to be preparing to fire on them. I don't want to run them too much. I just didn't want them getting blasted. Move back the Hanoverians a little. They'll move up to take their defensive positions in a little while here. I have a feeling I need to keep some reserves there. Let's see, what do they have up here for artillery to fire on? Firing on their artillery currently. I think I want them to fire on their cavalry. Even things up a little bit for our cavalry. Fantastic. Whoa, never mind. Hold up. Let's not move off of this hill, shall we, artillery? Let's not do that. Sometimes your artillery, if they're out of range, they'll try to move up. They think they're doing a good thing for you. They think they're doing fantastic. No. Not really. No, you're not doing fantastic. Because if you let your artillery move up ahead of your line, just takes one solid volley and boom, shattered artillery. Say goodbye. Say goodnight. One thing too, when you lose a unit, you lose all the items that a unit may have on them. Not particularly fantastic. So, something to keep in mind there as well, considering it's not a fun thing to lose a unit to begin with, but then losing everything the unit has kind of makes it suck even more. Shift over the Hanoverians, keep the line strong, keeping the reserves behind the recruits because we don't know exactly what these recruits are going to be wanting to do. Enemy artillery is beginning to hammer us. They're trying to kill my Hanoverians that are out in the open. Definitely another reason that I love cover. You can't beat cover. It's just hard to beat. Check our guns here again, and I do believe they can all fire on these Fusiliers, so let's do that. Bad artillery. Bad. Stay there. That's absolutely unacceptable. No moving ahead of our lines, no being stupid. You're simply not allowed to be stupid. I'm forbidding it. Not allowed to happen on my watch. Nope. We are moving up. We're going to be inside the river a little. Trying to take up positions against the enemy. Is there artillery firing at our cavalry? Yes, that is not fantastic. Move the cav back for a moment until more of the situation develops. Alright. They're getting ready to advance on us. Just waiting for a few more of their units to get in position and then they'll move on us. Alright. Prepare our cavalry to move up. Hanoverians there in the center are suffering massive casualties at the moment. Primarily due to the enemy. Artillery. Grenadiers are moving up. Swiss Grenadiers open fire. We're going to go ahead and charge them. See what we can do to finish them off before they do much damage to our line. Fantastic. Cavalry is moving up. What kind of guns do they have? Mostly, ooh, they do have a bronze gun over here. I think we're going to head over here. That's a little bit more dangerous. They do have the 2 units of hussars over here. Could be somewhat rough. Might be a moment of flabbergasting. Grenadiers are trying their best to do each other in over here. They're going to be charging my unit here shortly. We're going to do our classic trick. We're going to charge with the opposite unit. Help each other out. Do a 2-on-1 for the cavalry battle. Hussars are great, but they're light cavalry. They're squishy. They don't handle taking casualties very well at all. Not in the slightest. Alright, we repulsed their grenadiers with thankfully minor damage to ourselves. And we are going to reform the line here and prepare to charge their other grenadiers and deal with them. Got to deal with these other hussars before we can take out excuse me, before we can take out the guns. All right. Fantastic here. All right. Shattering a few of their units, forcing some others to break and run. All right, we're going to have the Hanoverians lead the charge first, and then our boys are going to support them. I'm going to begin rolling the line inward, considering their units are beginning to shatter. Move them up in column. Leave them here. They're going to get another volley on the grenadiers as our guys begin to charge them. Now, our cav is getting charged by theirs. Their hussars are coming in. I almost missed that. That wouldn't have been good. Alright, grouping up. Fantastic. We just annihilated the hussars. They got totally shattered. Now their dragoons are about ready to have a go at us. Unfortunately, their artillery is hitting our cav hard. Their right flank is folding under our dedicated assault. Some of our grenadiers are hurt. However, we are making up for it with very, very effective enemy casualties. Move the other Hanoverians up a little bit better to support. Hanoverians are going to move up. These boys are not opening fire on these enemies. They're going to move up again as well. We're going to approach these dragoons. And they are beginning to charge us. Going to go ahead and take them on together, and then we'll hit their guns. Our grenadiers need to move back here and rest. They've been doing quite a lot. Now, their Swiss Fusiliers are coming back, so we're going to reform our line right here and prepare to welcome them. Come on, cavalry, take out the dragoon. Fantastic. Alright, that's what we needed. Our boys are starting to do their thing. I don't want them to take too much damage from the enemy cavalry or the enemy artillery. Reorder you to do something different. Fantastic. The Fusiliers are beginning to come over like they're going to attack my cavalry. I'm going to keep the Hanoverians moving up to try to assist them. Their grenadiers are not happy. They're trying to come after my grenadiers, likely trying to give them a volley in the butt. Not something I want. Not something I can do a whole lot about. Alright, taking out their artillery. However, we've got to get our cav out of there. They're about to be sandwiched between enemy Fusiliers. Also not something I'm really excited about. Beginning to heavily damage and take down their units. Move the recruits forward. Move these guys forward to support them. Artillery, what is your target? I'm going to hit the Fusiliers. Let's do that. Cavalry, you need to get out of there, boys. You are getting shot to crap. Not exactly something that I want in the slightest. Line them up a little bit differently. And line these boys up to open fire on the enemy. Alright, fantastic. What we're going to do is we're going to switch them up to take this town defenses. Wow, Cavalry de Laurent is getting really fricked up. Not a fun time for them. Artillery is really blasting them too. Looks like they're reforming, getting ready to hit our Vreed musketeers. Alright. The units are reforming here. Send the grenadiers back. They're trying to make another go at us here and make this worthwhile for themselves. Do not intend to let them do that. Our charge is going to break them. Fantastic. You boys are still going to move up here to take the town, so to speak. Get your cover bonus. You boys need to move up and engage the enemy here. They have Fusiliers protecting the guns. It's going to be your job to take those guns. You're going to get reinforcements by the recruits. Troops coming up. Enemy officer is dead, leading the Swiss Grenadiers. It's not going to be a positive thing for them at all. Fantastic. Doing fairly well here. Enemy units are approaching. Keep moving up our boys over here on the right flank now that we've totally shattered it pretty much. Those grenadiers aren't shattered per se, but I don't see them coming back with that low of morale and their officer being dead. Don't think we got to be concerned with that. Hanoverians are going to move up. Now they simply have these two Fusiliers and guns. And it will not be long now before we finish them off. Fantastic. Some of the Swiss Fusiliers are returning to the battle, however. Go ahead and make sure we give them a really warm welcome. Cavalry got to make sure that these guys do not return. Alright. Opening fire. French veteran Fusiliers are barely holding in the center. Swiss Fusiliers are doing a somewhat better job of that. Artillery, however, is opening fire on my men with canister. That does not feel good. Speed this up here. Alright, our troops totally decimated their artillery. It's always fun. Shattered the infantry there. Hanoverians have run off the Swiss. And now we have just a little bit more Swiss to deal with. They're almost done. And I believe this will be battle. There we go. Fantastic. Not too bad. Still took some casualties. But definitely got the upper hand on that battle. It's wonderful. I want to keep that going as much as possible. Alright. Achievement, win 250 battles. Fantastic. And we got more gunner's implements. That is wonderful. Reload for the artillery is so important. Unfathomably important. 2,300, 1,600 men. Definitely going to take the conscripts again. Need to keep doing that until we get up to a stronger level. Unfortunately, we've had plenty of events near the end of Act 1 and some, one or two even in Act 2 that removed some of those men from us. Alright, let's see. Implements. Those are excellent. Those are excellent. They need excellent. Fantastic. There we go. I'm going to move some of these items over for a moment to get a good look-see. You can sell this. Sell that. Take a look at the sword. They have a good sword. They do not. Going to replace that. Fantastic. We got teapots. They have an excellent one. They don't have one. They don't have one. Give them a teapot. Alright. We need some more Bibles for our men. Definitely wanting to increase that because our upgrade here for the blue shield is fire damage received 40%. You put the Bibles on them. Now 50% of all incoming fire damage is negated. Wonderful. Alright. 4 damage, 2 speed. 4 speed. Nah. Not doing that one. Ramrods. Let's see. Fantastic. They got ramrods. Alright. Lorraine recruits. Not quite there yet. German recruits. Alright. Still gonna let them keep leveling up before I do anything funny with them. Any funny business. Alright. Let us continue, shall we? Go ahead and head over to this battlefield. Take a look-see. Just in time. Arrive upon the flank of a friendly force. Now prepares to launch final assault. Some reservists is only moderate chance. We'll lose 696 or many. 1032 unlikely. We'll do that one. Fantastic. Succeeds. Now, we don't get all of them back. We get 408 back, but we get $72 and 3 weapons. And those are good Charleville. That's fantastic. And some Potsdams. We're going to be putting those weapons to great use. So you have land patterns? I don't want you with land patterns, my guy. That is not great. Potsdams. Delphs, Potsdams. Potsdams, fantastic. More Potsdams. Let me give Neustadt to these Grenadiers. I do not want them having land patterns. That's not great. Give better Charleville to them. Alright. So we'll keep moving up here. See what else we encounter. We have a town. Has item cost minus 15%. Wonderful. Let's see what we got here to buy. Cuirassiers, swords, horses. That's excellent. Watermass. Ooh, elevation screws. Definitely getting that. Powder house. Nah, we're good. Town square. Gold Bibles and gold teapot. Definitely going to have to buy that. Quartermaster. We're going to get the gators for our troops. I don't think I want the implements. I mean, I would if we're getting another artillery piece, which we likely will. However, not too hip on it because we may get another piece, and we do that, then might not need the next one that comes up. Alright. See, I don't know that we should sell. See if there's a place up here that gives us more. Yeah, sale cost. We're not going to sell anything just yet. We do have items. See, they have a gold teapot. Fantastic. They don't have a teapot here. We're going to give them one. Elevation screws being gold. Let's see. There's one. They don't have elevation screws at all. Give them that. Bavarian troops all have Bibles except for them. Give them a Bible. And yes, I do know we're running low on money. We will be fixing that here shortly. Alright, we're going to go up to this outpost. Part of our objective. Definitely going to do that. Defense is needed. Crap. The only field works we have is our excellent ones we gave our men. Items and dollars. Yeah, we're going to... There was some field works here. I'm going to see about buying that. I don't like doubling back like that when I can help it, but... poop. That's $260 for those. It's even more for our other ones, however. My goodness. Alright. We'll do it. We'll see what happens. It's against my better judgment, perhaps, but we'll try it. I'm hoping those items are going to be excellent guns or something. Come on. Not too bad. Canteens and stuff we can use. Maybe not the most useful, but not unhelpful either. Give our grenadiers a little bit more stamina. A little bit more staying power. Let's move on here. Definitely need to check this encampment out. I'm going to have to get food soon. Also, night raid. This is another reason. So, you remember the last time we had a night raid? I waited. I spent 4 days. Likely chance of success. Friendly fire, lost our elite officer. Sucked. And then, of course, you have a moderate chance, but it doesn't take up days. Here, though, the night marches that we chose in between acts. Guaranteed success. Going to do that. 14, 16 reservists need that. 48 tollers need that. And 2 weapons. Let's see what we got. Land patterns are not my favorite, but they are good. 35-second reload is a little rough. We're probably going to sell it because that'll get us really good money. Going to go ahead and get this convoy right quick. Check it out. Supply train. Heavily guarded supply train en route. Capture the cargo. 4 items. Weak field army. Not too bad now since items are starting to be better. Set it ablaze. Spend some ammo. Delay HQ. That's what we're going to do. Delay the enemy HQ. Alright. Item sale cost goes up. That's good because we need to buy ammo and food here. And we have plenty to sell. Let's see here. Let me go ahead and sell plenty of stuff. Just got to remember they don't have a whole lot of gold here, unfortunately. Another Liechtenstein there. Decent guns there. Pretty good swords available. Field musicians. It's not too bad. It'd be good if we had light infantry. We haven't done light infantry at the moment, so that's not as good. Iron ramrods, excellent. That's not too bad at all. Noble estate. Let's see what they got. Stamina, morale, ammo, stamina. That's not too bad. It's okay. That'd be pretty good for cavalry right there. Veterancy gain, no. Cover effectiveness, no. Cover efficiency, fire damage, range, reload speed, and yeah. Yeah, we want this guy. That is a really good officer right there. Range, meticulous. I'm going to put him right there in the center. Otway. Skeleton can get an upgrade too. He's our grenadier commander. Let's see what he got. Charge, infantry actually, morale damage received. Yeah, definitely charge. Oh yes, zealous. Fantastic for a grenadier officer. Baum's not too bad for a backup officer. That's okay. Alright. We do need ammo, since it's cheaper here right now. Alright. Did a number on our funds. We need food as well. There goes our money. But we're not going to starve. If that food runs out again, if that runs out, you start to bleed reservists badly. Very badly. Not good for us at all. Let's get these slums. Hopefully something else to delay the headquarters. And here comes winter very soon. Good thing we bought the... Ah, man, another trap. Rescue party, let's do it. And we lose an officer and attrition for men, please. Which officer did we lose? We lost one of our backup officers. Thank God. Not that I like losing an officer, but I did not want to lose one of our line officers this time. Gonna go up for this outpost. And I'm gonna go ahead and showcase another thing about this game, because we need to do this before winter comes. Surplus of supply. See, coin 84 for reservists. Provisions 96 for reservists. Ammo 120. We're going to do the provisions. Now we're going to come over to this town, Göttingen. See what's going on over here. It's a little town. Let's get the encampment first, by the way. Retired veteran. Regimental staff officer. Or an officer. Yeah, we're going to do regimental staff. Marksman. That is phenomenal. I'm going to put that on our boys here. 66 accuracy. Wonderful. Alright. Alright, well, we do have an enemy army here we're going to want to destroy. And we're going to raid Göttingen. However, I'm going to call it here, guys. And we will raid Göttingen and destroy this enemy army next time. For now, God bless.